Madam Speaker, the NDP carbon tax is an attack on Albertans. In 2017, all Albertans will pay more for nearly everything they use, including necessities such as food, electricity, heat, and transportation. Seniors, single parents, income support recipients, and persons with developmental disabilities will all pay more, making life difficult for some of Alberta's most vulnerable citizens. To the Environment Minister, why are you financing your government's operations on the backs of Albertans living on a fixed income?
The Minister of the Environment.
Well, thank you, Madam Speaker. And, you know, this government will be investing $645 million over the next 5 years into energy efficiency. And I note, and just a report today that I'll table later, Madam Speaker, that by the Canada West Foundation, that Alberta was left as the only jurisdiction in North America by the previous government without any kind of energy efficiency strategy, Madam Speaker. That is an embarrassing record left by the previous government that we are correcting.
So the minister is leaving vulnerable Albertans under the bus. Albertans now know the carbon tax rebate will cover less than half of the extra costs of the carbon tax. And yet the NDP government has the impudence to state that, quote, putting a price on carbon will reward Alberta families. Given that your rebates will not compensate Albertans' extra costs, and it certainly won't, quote, reward them, what measures will you take, Premier, to those Albertans who do not have enough money for food and won't be able to pay the increased costs to heat their homes?
Well, thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Well, first of all, let me just correct one of the prefaces of the previous question. Not a cent of the carbon levy is going towards running government operations. That's been something that we've been very clear about all along, and so I think that needs to be reinforced. In terms of the rebate, there's no question that the rebate, those lower-income families that the member talks about, they will receive a rebate, and in fact, it will be more than what they likely end up having to pay in terms of the carbon tax. So it is not an issue. And moreover, there's additional investment that will go into energy efficiency.
Second supplemental.
Well, Mr. Speaker, low-income Albertans will not get enough to cover what they pay, and the Premier is not given the straight goods on that. Albertans deserve a government that will respect their hard-earned tax dollars and show leadership by responsibly managing debt. Rather than financing your government's operations on the backs of Albertans, particularly with low income, through your carbon tax, to the Finance Minister, why don't you empower Alberta's public servants to reduce public spending without impacting the front lines, as we have suggested?
Madam Speaker, I think the answer was given just by the Premier. None of the monies will make their way into general revenues. We are putting them back into the economy. We are putting them back into people's pockets directly, and we are creating energy efficiencies throughout the province. So that's what we're doing with the levy.